Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Sorry the times are not being consistent. I have to go by what is... Oh, Chungus is going live too. I swear I just looked to make sure nobody else was going live, but... let's see. Well, I'll make it a short stream because it is still flipping hot. And I'll just not save this stream and redo it later. So a couple things I wanted to hit on really quick is the Easter Pasanki fundraiser. It is just about finished out. Less than 5,000 to go of the overall goal. And yes, you like my hair? It's just freaking hot. Yeah, it is directly at 80, maybe 81 in my room right now. It's like 80 outside. You hear the fans going. It's just hot. So big fundraisers. Rick's so close to closing out his second vehicle. 58 euros away from hitting his goal. Oh, Yaroslav coming in clutch here. Wait. That scares me. Unless it was something he told the people to put on the name. That's a lot of donations from one person. Even back here, so I guess, yeah. 26. It is 26 Celsius in my room right now. Yes, I am dying. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up on this. The Easter Pasanki fundraiser is almost complete. 4,795 euros left to go. So, you know, of course, you can hit up Renegade Chungus and myself if you want to donate more money there. Or you can donate to other people's campaigns. Oh, duh, that's Rick's name. Oh man, I'm a dunce. Thank you for pointing that out, McPigeon. I just it's Rick. It's not. Ravine, Ternopil, Klemensky, Dnipro, and Donetsk are under air alerts, have been for a while. It's been a very rough day in Ukraine. And last but not least, before we start heading over to Chungus, I wanted to bring up the Amazon wish list pinned to the top of chat and in the description below. We've got 4 tourniquets so far, 1 chest seal, 1 package of 3 bandages, and no blood stop powder. So if you ever wanted to give, here's your chance. $14.65. It's the cheapest thing available. And just as important as everything else, everything works together. And let's see what videos we can get through before Chungus starts. I'm going to have his stream up on the side. And I'm sorry, Zelensky, we'll come back to you. Not a whole lot of videos today anyways. All 10 Russian drones were successfully shot down by air defenses last night. And a view from the Russian side. Video from War Gonzo. Warning, I'm going to have to adjust the volume as I start playing this because it is loud. So those with headphones, watch out. Let me slow this back down. Restart. Dropped it.
Лёнь, давай забираем, уёбываем. Да, забираем, уёбываем, Лёнь.
Yeah, this towel wetted down is the only reason I survived today. It is a scorcher. Just for shits and giggles. So, the truck fell in the hole. So, literally landed right next to him. Destruction of a Book and an Ergon MLRS system. Yeah, but it's the Russians paying, Anton. I mean, the fuses aren't that expensive that Ukraine launched at them, but the vast cost of those fireworks are paid by Russian gas. A new type of drone is seeing action in Ukraine. This is the first video released. The first combat use of a drone with a grenade launcher in the armed forces of Ukraine. And it is a good video. No problem, Jill. We're just doing videos tonight, and then we're gonna hop over to Chungus's stream. May 9th parade in Russia. What have I told you about Russian drivers? Don't drive in Russia. Apparently even in parades. For a second you thought I had long hair. No, I actually gave myself a trim, so I have like almost no hair right now. But oh, that feels so good when you take it off and put it back on. Over 177,000 people are the losses of the occupiers since the beginning of this year. Although this video has nothing to do with, well, very little to do with that. See the downing of a Russian spy drone. And see the Russian drone operators trying to recover it. And here comes the cluster munitions. Indie Darkstar, what do you mean we? Russian assault near Chasiv Yar and repelled by the 24th Brigade. No, I just aspire to be cool, KKGG. A wet towel over your head does a lot to keep you cool. And then if it gets too warm, you just grab it and go. And spinning it around like that, it gets a little bit of evaporative cooling. And oh yeah, much cooler coming back on the head. That was Chasiv Yar. I'm not going to watch the video because it's mainly, well, if you know Ukrainian and you're an accountant, it'd be interesting. But what's interesting is the Kremlin treasury is in the red, moving towards state bankruptcy. In the coming days, the Kremlin plans to triple the budget deficit from 1.2 to 3.8 trillion rubles. At the current exchange rate, that's about 45.6 billion US dollars. This is a new record for the Putin regime since the beginning of the armed aggression against Ukraine, because before the war, the Russian budget was in surplus. Federal Budget Office Ukraine predicts that in 2025, the increase of the federal budget deficit of the Russian Federation will go beyond the parameters specified by the Russian Ministry of Finance on May 12th. After all, in January-April, the deficit reached a record level of 39 billion US dollars and 3 times exceeded the level of last year for the same period of time. So if that goes on pace, you're looking at almost 120 billion US dollar deficit for Russia this year. In order to cover financial gaps, the Russian government is forced to continue spending money from the National Welfare Fund instead of replenishing it. Thus, the first quarter of this year alone, 6.5 billion US dollars from this fund, while the Ministry of Finance of Russian Federation planned to only spend 5.4 billion for the entire year. This is evidence that the Russian economy is entering a systemic crisis and is becoming increasingly difficult for the Kremlin to hide its manipulations related to the Russian Federation's aggression against Ukraine. Again, I'm not playing the video. It's, if you know Ukrainian and you're an accountant, you find it funny, but the caption for this did not forward. I'm unsure why. But as you can tell from the explosions, or the secondary explosions, this is a Russian warehouse in Luhansk that was hit, and you hear the munitions cooking off. Break out the weenies, it's time for a weenie roast. Check in with Chungus. Okay, he's still on the intro. Destruction of Russian vehicles as well as communications and reconnaissance equipment. Hey Pyro, good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing that. I have heavy curtains in front of my windows that I just spray down with water. Get a little evap cooling going. New EU sanctions package includes a ban on 25 Russian oil ships now in the Baltic and North Seas. That should go over really well for Russia if that goes through. And the stipulation was Putin attends the starts the ceasefire, and well, that didn't happen. So 25 Shadow Fleet tankers will be sanctioned here shortly. He's still on the welcome screen. Oh, he's he's starting to talk right now. Chungus is live right now. We'll go join him in a second. Because that is the last video I have for you guys. Analysis have said Russia is increasing machinery at the front. If that was the case, why are they doing assaults on dirt bikes and ATVs unless they're counting those as machinery? The videos speak for themselves. You know, 138 vehicles, but some of those vehicles are simply ATVs, dirt bikes. They even have Russian soldiers riding scooters. It's hard to quantify that Russia's adding more equipment to the front when they're sending people on assaults on dirt bikes. So, I mean, maybe the analysis aren't seeing the videos. I don't know. Yeah, but we saw footage of a motorcycle assault yesterday. You know, they exist. Maybe they were doing the motorbikes to save equipment for the summer assault. That could be. I'm not an expert. I'm not counting Russian equipment. I haven't heard anything that there's more tanks, but there's not a whole lot more being destroyed. You know, I think you'd see a jump up in tanks and APVs destroyed if they started using more. So Paige is on Chungus's stream, so I'm gonna end here since that's the last video I had for you guys, and I'll see you over on Chungus's. Share, copy, and have a good night. Oh, in waiting, yeah, yeah, I love those. Oh, they're waiting to use the equipment that they have stored up. Just like Russia's waiting for Ukraine to leave all of Zaporizhia. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. Thank you all for coming to the stream. I know it was a short one, but I think it was a good one. I'm gonna go put this on the TV and go watch it downstairs where it's cooler. Have a good night, everybody. Keep supporting Ukraine and stay safe, everyone. Yeah, maybe next week, later this week, we'll find out what Russia's really doing. All right, see you over on Chungus's.